Today, I got a really interesting comment about a feature on my face that I never really think about. To be honest, I kind of grew up really insecure about it and didn't really like it. And then when she mentioned it, I was so shocked and taken aback. I was like, oh, really? That's crazy. Let me tell you the story. So I met a girl for the first time today and we started talking, getting to know each other, yada, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden, mid-conversation, she was like, oh, you have a really nice nose. And I was like, me? Nice nose? I literally was covering my face after she said this and just like freaking out in my head because growing up in an Asian household, I always thought my nose was not good enough, not pretty enough, too flat and just like too wide. I never thought it was a nice nose. In fact, a lot of people in Asian cultures get plastic surgery to get a high nose bridge. If you have a high nose bridge, it means that you'll be like super successful in the future and like wealthy and like be prosperous, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, growing up, my mom, my grandma, my aunts, my uncles, when I was really, really young, would always push here, these two bones right beside my nose. Don't know what they're called, but just like pinch at it and try to push it to reshape my nose so that it would be higher because apparently it's too flat. And so I always thought it wasn't really nice. So growing up, I was a little insecure, which makes sense if you heard the story, right? So when she said this to me, I was really taken aback. But at the same time, I was like, but you have such a nice nose, you know? She had a really, really high nose, and in our culture, that would be considered really nice. And then she was like, coming from her culture, which is Iran, they actually get plastic surgery to get their height of the nose reduced because it's actually more pretty that way. And your nose bridge is too high, it actually causes a bump, so then their nose has like an arch, and so people don't want that in their country, which is crazy because I mean, we're getting plastic surgery, but the other way around. If we were in each other's countries, these features would be considered beautiful and then we would like them. But because we're not, we actually are really insecure about it. And so it's just a really interesting talking point that I think raised a lot of questions. So I'm curious if you've ever learned anything about another culture that really made you question the way you brought up. And what was that cultural difference? I'd be curious to know, so please drop in the comments below. And this whole question was brought up because